Do you agree that hope is an important part of life? That without hope, life would not exist, at least not for long. But have you ever thought about that hope could be your worst enemy? Recently, I've been thinking about what hope actually does. And it seems that in difficult times, when you have hope, you might, with the power of hope, survive that time. So it might be beneficial because it keeps you going, because you are capable of imagining a better outcome than that one that you experience right now. So you imagine the change of your situation, and that keeps you going. You hope for change that alters your experience of life. And for many people, when there's nothing left to be done, they still feel that there's hope. So it's the last straw that you cling to. And I always said that at least there's hope. Like in really difficult situations, I always thought that, but there's still hope. There's still something that might change. Life might change in an instant and everything is much better. But I also these days understand that hope can be your worst enemy. So let me explain after a sip of coffee from my beautiful little mug. So, I understood that hope is sometimes not an energy that keeps you going, but an energy that keeps you stagnant. Hoping is sometimes fantasizing about something that might never actually happen. It might keep you in a state of imagining your life, the current one or a life to come, a phase in your life that you wish for, but that actually will never arrive. In that case, it would mean that you continue to exist without actually living. Might be that you cannot change anything, that you cannot do the necessary steps to get you where you want to be it in your profession, that you would like to study something, but you cannot get a place in the university, or might it be that you want to have a family and you can't find a partner, or you are not able to get a child, or whatever. So it just might be that what you actually wish for is out of reach, but you hope. Might be that what you hope for is never meant to happen in your life, but you hope for. You still focus on that thing, what you want to achieve, what you want to have, what you want to experience, but it might never come. And while you continue living, hoping for something to enter your life, for that change to happen, you grow old. You miss your life. You are not experiencing the life you are actually meant to experience, or the life that you would be able to experience. But I'm also thinking that what if you hope for something and you live your life And you don't have any other purpose than only imagining that that dream you dream about would come true. If that is your only purpose, and that is the thing that keeps you going, facing all the hardships, staying alive, one year after another, but then at the end, you still die. Dreams unfulfilled. I know that that is the actual reality for some people, and not only for a few. And I also know that our society, humankind, is very much in denial of those unfulfilled dreams. We tend to tell ourselves that everything is possible, that life can still change, that everything will get better. And if we didn't have this innate drive to look forward, to imagine a better future, we probably wouldn't be able to exist. So it is a good thing, but it can be our worst enemy because it can hinder us to actually do the changes and to see what would be possible. Existing more in our minds and our thoughts and our fantasies than in actual real life. I need more coffee. So, what would be the solution? It's always the dichotomy in life. You experience one thing and also the contrary. It's always at least two different things at the same time. They might be complementaries, opposites, realities, truth, but very different from each other. How to know when hope is the force that helps you to continue your life, and when to know when that hope is keeping you stagnant, keeping you in your dream world, in your fantasy world, preventing you from actually living and experiencing this 3D world. I think that is really hard, especially when you face hardships, when you go through phases in your life where it seems that nothing makes sense. When you lose the red thread in your life, when you lose the ambition to do anything in your life, when you can't find any spark, when there's no enthusiasm towards anything, then hope might be the only thing that is left. And yet, that hope might be an illusion. I hope, and I will continue hoping. And I know that sometimes my hope will be just a part of my fantasy world. But it might carry me through phases that I wouldn't survive otherwise. And maybe at the end I will not experience what I hoped for. But maybe it's still something that is worth living, that is worth having it made through those valleys of darkness and heaviness. let me know what you think about hope. What are your experiences with hoping for a continuation in your life, for something better to come? How do you experience hope? What does it mean to you? Have you ever experienced and feared that your hopes could be misleading you? Or did actually what you hoped for, what you wished for, came true? Where do you receive your sparks of hope? Where does your hope come from? And how does it help you continuing without being full of illusions only, but really having something to hold on that you experience as your truth?